Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Chicago, Illinois. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is June 18th, 2021. It is a Friday. We made it to the end of the week, guys. I don't have an afternoon coffee, but I got some noon with caffeine in it. So not exactly the same, but it is a hot one here in Chicago. We had some thunderstorms roll in overnight and into the morning. And in their wake, we have lots of sun and just oppressive humidity now. So it is time to hydrate. Coffee's hydrating, kind of. No, it isn't. I tell myself it is, but it isn't. So I'm hydrating. I got the noon. I got some caffeine in there, some electrolytes, and it's nice and tasty. It's on ice. I'm in a wearing a singlet all day kind of day. I'm just going to wear my running singlets as tank tops because it's hot. And today we are heading out of town again. We're going to go back to Iowa, do some family stuff, spend some time up at a cabin as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. So we might end a little bit early today so we can hit the road. My daughter still does have a virtual school that she's doing. She only has a couple more days. So we're like, we'll kind of like stick with it. She's got a little bit more school left, and then we're going to be out of here. But we got a fun day today. Today, one of the things I want to talk about, we'll do a little unboxing of this. Check this out. I ordered stuff from Runnin' Rabbit. And there's an option. I think it's from Runnin' Rabbit. Yeah, it's from Rabbit. And there's an option. You pay a little bit more for it, but they'll send you this thing in this reusable package. And then in it is, the thing you're paying for, I think, is basically postage. And then once you're done with it, you send it back. So there's no like cardboard box. There's no plastic bags. I'm sure there's some plastic bags in there, but we're reducing at least some of it. I don't know if it ultimately makes sense from like a carbon footprint perspective, but I thought it was an interesting idea and experiment. So I wanted to show you guys, and we'll try it again. We'll see if it works, just give it a try. So that's what we'll do. But before I open that, I do want to say hi to everyone listening on the podcast, on the audio only version. If you're out on a run right now, hope it's not too hot where you are. I think it's hot everywhere. On the news, they've been talking about how it's hot, like on national news. Here it's hot. It's that part of the year where in the Midwest anyway, people are like, farmers do need that rain. And so there was a lot of that going on today. And I feel like they probably did need the rain. So I'm glad that they got it. It did mean that I was going to try and swim today in the lake again. But there was the lightning and thunder and it was windy. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And then I thought, I had a workout yesterday. Let's not push it. I got a long summer of fun training, hopefully. We're traveling today. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done. Let's take a rest day. It's not a bad idea. We'll take a rest day. So, yeah. Sam, before I just got distracted because I saw this. Sam Anvery said, I just found out Kofuzi is my uncle. Weird. Am I your uncle? I got a lot of cousins, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm your uncle. Maybe I'm your uncle. I do have like a nephew-in-law, I guess, named Sam. Right? Is that you? I don't know if it is you or not, but I don't really know him that well. He's on like kind of like double, like my in-laws side. So like, yeah. So I don't know if that's you, Sam. Let me know. Sam says just a troll comment. You got me. All right. Let's say hi. But before I forget, now that I'm not distracted anymore, let's say hi to everyone also watching on YouTube after the fact. Hopefully it's happy hour time for you guys and you're just kicking back and relaxing. Or what I tend to do with a lot of other live streams that I watch like after the fact, it's usually when I'm like doing chores around the house, like washing dishes, getting the laundry done, other just stuff, getting stuff done. That's when I usually tend to listen. If that's you, hopefully you're getting a nice relaxing and or productive time in. All right. Let's see. Speaking of like troll comments, what else we got here? Stevie76 says, we should have Seth's Shoe Matrix versus Kofuzi's Burrito Matrix. Yeah. So Tempo Talks Aaron. Do you guys listen to this podcast? I met Tempo Talks Aaron at a Kofuzi Run Club, an in-person one, I think in Austin. And he was tweeting about like, I wonder if that food truck's business has gone up or if that food truck's business has gone down. Shelby Houlihan's food truck that we're talking about. Not her truck, but the truck of the Shelby Houlihan story. And I replied to his tweet with a gif of Agent Smith saying, what if I told you there is no burrito truck? I felt like it worked out pretty well. I know like people say reaction gifs means that you're an old person. I'm an old person. I'm run masters races. So like, that's fine. But I like the idea that I have a burrito matrix. Scott Fable's been relatively quiet on the burrito front lately, but like yesterday evening, he started tweeting about like people were kind of tweeting at him about burritos and stuff. And, I think he's kind of like, ready to start talking about it. So it's been interesting. All right, let's scroll up to a little bit. Scroll up a little bit to get some of the other comments that are in here, and then I'll try and catch up to you guys. I know I'm behind you guys. Charles Ventura was the first one in. Says, "Happy Friday. We'll be listening during my run later today, but just want to wish everyone a happy and safe weekend." Awesome. So you're getting a twofer. You're here for the chat now, and you're gonna go listen to it later on in the weekend on the run. Nice. Andrew Bostix says, "Thanks, Charles. I might do the same." It's a good plan. I'm not trying to chase you guys away, but I'm just saying. I have a feeling these are good on the run. I was just listening to, like there's sometimes where like just listening to other people's conversations, like podcasts where normally like if I were listening to them, like if I were commuting or something, or like while I was doing work, I might be like, this is a lot. There's a lot of voices. I don't know these people, things like that. But like when you're running, it's just nice to have the other like human voices, I think sometimes. Hopefully it works for you guys. Vincent says, if my endorphin speed one's coming during the mail during the vlog, then I'm out. Fair enough. Definitely fair enough. I feel like, this feeling that I'm getting, and Brendan Came says, enjoy, Vincent. Yeah, for sure. I feel like everyone today, I mean, even me a little bit, I'm like 1 foot out the door. Everyone here is 1 foot out the door. But I think that's great. Because it's summertime. Where you guys live, do you guys have summer hours? I don't remember in the East Coast growing up a thing called like summer hours, but in the Midwest in Chicago, there's definitely a thing called summer hours where a lot of businesses, and each business does it a little bit differently, but basically I think it's because the winters are so miserable here. A lot of businesses will have summer hours where like basically kind of like after like Memorial Day to Labor Day, like kind of like the unofficial official summer markers. Every Friday is like a half day. So that way, if you're like trying to drive up to go to visit family or go on a family trip or a lake house or a water park weekend, that kind of thing, you can go. My wife, when she worked at a company downtown, she worked remote now, but she's been working remote for years. But when she used to work at a company downtown, theirs was like every other Friday was like that. But do you guys have that? Or is that just something that I'm making up? Brendan said most of the local small businesses will have summer hours. Close a couple hours early, Fridays half. Yeah, see? Well, Brendan, though, is also another place where the winters are terrible. So maybe that's it. Terry says, I live in the UK. We have 1 hour of summer. That's it. One over then. It's over and the rain starts again. That's funny. Sam Embry wants to know, my nephew wants to know, why are people choosing the ES1s over the ES2s? I believe they're the same price. No, they're not, dude. The endorphin speed ones are like, there's like some major, I don't know what the codes are. I think Seth has some codes or knows of some codes, Seth James and more, but there's some codes. You can get them cheap. People are getting them for like under $100 right now, which is, that's like stealing them basically. It's a great price. Sean Devlin says, I just ordered the Audio 6 from Running Warehouse, hoping they could be used for longer training runs like the old Bostons. We'll see. That's what I'm hoping too. A couple of other people have mentioned that in my Boston 10 video. I had a part in the video where I was like, here's the new lineup. Maybe I left it in. I thought I left it in. I'm not sure. I think I cut it. But I was like, here's where I think the new lineup is. You've got like Ultra Boost, Solar Boost, Adios, Boston 10, Adios Pro, and then Primex. I don't still really know what Primex is supposed to be, but Adidas Running did post out some images, and they mapped it out. They were like marathon, half marathon, like 5K, and then like training racers, and they listed all of the shoes in the lineup. And it was kind of what we've always been thinking, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Did you guys get them today? They're in the US. I think in Europe, the like Adidas club members could get them before, but in the US, their launch dates were today. The Primex was at 2 a.m. Central Time, local time, and then the Adidas Pro 2 was 10 a.m. Central Time. I forgot to set an alarm for the Primex. I woke up a little bit early. I woke up like Home Alone. Like they wake up and they're like, we overslept, like that. I did that. I woke up at 3:50 in the morning today, which is, really only 10 minutes more than my first alarm normally goes off. I usually hit snooze once or twice, but my alarm is usually set for 4. And I woke up, I was like, Primex. and I looked on the thing, and yeah, it was already out. Well, there was like a couple of size 5.5s left. That was it. So I missed that. And then, but I was at the grocery store today getting some provisions for this weekend's trip. And I set an alarm then. So I'm like at the grocery store, stopped in like the middle of the aisle, and I'm like trying to get some Adios Pro 2s. I got them though, so I'm pretty excited about that. Sean Martin said, "We slept in." Cue Catherine O'Hara, 9. Yeah, she got another. Did she get like a? I thought I saw a picture where she got another haircut. But maybe I'm confusing celebrities. But yeah, that's how I definitely felt about it. Chris X says, I mentioned it above. You scrolled past. Sorry about that. But they were available at the local running store yesterday. Got the Adios Pro 2s. A win for Canada. Awesome. That's great. Man. See, that's why I feel like I got to find some other like running stores that'll just like kind of forget that they weren't supposed to sell a shoe early. I need that. One of my friends, do you guys follow Chimp Named Enid on Instagram? My friend Tyler, he's on in Atlanta. He knows a couple of running stores where they do that regularly. So he'll get shoes like 2 weeks early. So, yeah. Adam Fierce wants to know, when is the Metaspeed Edge dropping? July 1? I don't know. No one has talked to me about that. I'll email someone, see if I can get a release date, if they have one that they can share. But I'm pretty keen on trying it out because I'm thinking that I might be a stride runner. No, cadence runner, not a stride runner. So, yeah. Brandon says, I got the Primex in the cart. You should get it. Get it. I mean, I think it'll be good for since, I mean, I would say for like normal people, probably not. But I mean, since you got the channel, I feel like the Primex is a weird shoe that a lot of people are going to have questions on. If I were to only pick one, though, I'd go with the Pro 2. But the Primex, I just think is so bizarre. Frank says, is there any reason to get the Adizero Pro at $100? I would say no, not really. It's really bottom. It was a weird shoe. I thought I would like it more with some more. The upper's great, the seller mesh is great, but like just the midsole, I didn't love it. Martha says, "Hello everyone. Noon came around before I knew it. Hey, how's it going, Martha? How are you?" Affluent Journey says, "Finish watching Carrie Ward's 8-hour Cocodona vid." An 8-hour video is a long video. All right, let me scroll up a little bit. See what else I meant. Sean Marsh says, "Cody, you have a license for those guns?" These little 22s, these little pea shooters. Yeah, no, I don't think you need a license to carry a BB gun. All right. Steve says, "Hi all. My son wanted to watch the Roadrunner cartoon on TV this morning. From watching you, the name just makes me think of Roadrunner Sports. Nice, awesome." Steve's got a nice photo here. What is that? Is that the Boston 10, or is that that's a Boston 10 in yellow, isn't it? Nice. All right. Let's see. Bert says, "Hi all. It's way too hot here in Belgium to go for a second run today." I think it's hot everywhere today. It's just one of those days, right? And Adams first says, regarding the Edge, "I don't want to go to a 40 millimeter. Start small. Not playing anything longer than a half this year." Yeah, I mean, it is a lower stack height shoe, which kind of concerns me because I was like, why isn't that one a 40 millimeter stack height shoe? They should make it tall. But I guess not everyone wants tall. And maybe a cadence runner doesn't need as much height because with higher cadence, maybe the impacts aren't as great. I don't know. All right. All right. Let's start opening this stuff. So I bought a couple of things. What I've been wanting to do is do a couple of like summer update videos from a couple of different brands. So I ordered some stuff from Kraft. I ordered some stuff from Hoka. I ordered some stuff from Rabbit as well. And let's get this open. I'm pretty excited about this repack just because I do order a lot of stuff and we do end up having a lot of waste. Man, they really tape this thing shut though. And I didn't bring a knife. Hey, can you give me some scissors, please? Thank you. You know what? As soon as she brought me scissors, I ended up not needing it. All right. Look, it says, "Don't throw me away." I'm a repack, reusable and returnable package. Fold me flat and return. Nice. All right. So open it up. Velcro. Hold on. She needs the iPad. Is it not in there? Can you look over by the bed? Is it by there? I don't know where it is. I'm trying to think. Where did I use the? I used the iPad today. All right. She's finding it. She's running around. All right. Let's look at some of this rabbit stuff. I bought a lot. And this is stuff I bought. And they didn't send it to me. I don't think rabbits ever sent me anything. I'm trying to think if they have or not. All right. But here is the label for when you repack it. I just think you kind of like, there's some instructions for how you fold it back up. And it's like laminated. So cool. I love this idea of sending it back this way. Very cool. All right. Oh, I forgot that I got colorful stuff. This is very colorful. All right, let's start with the easy stuff. All right, I got some black shorts. Basic. The kind that I like, I think. All right, so it's just some regular shorts. These are a 5-inch FKT. They've got this waistband is really soft and stretchy. It seems a little bit warm, but it's very soft. There's a liner in here. No key pocket in the inner liner, but there is a stretchy pocket, one on each side of the main center pocket, or I guess side pockets, and then a big zipper pocket in the back. So I think that'll be enough storage. This, I think you could probably fit a phone in there. But these pants, very lightweight on the bottom part here, almost kind of like a high cut for a 5-inch. So these will be interesting. Excited about that. All right. Sean says, I wonder if was just going to ask if there are efforts toward waste reduction in the running shoe community because a solid rotation is also a solid eco footprint. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mention it in the Boston 10 video, but that shoe has a lot of recycled fibers in the upper. I think a lot of the Adidas shoes do. They've been working with Partly for the Oceans. They have like the Prime Blue for a lot of their products. So they're doing that kind of thing. And I know, like, like Solomon had that eco shoe, that like recycled shoe, like you send it, where was it On? I think On had the shoe. Both of them, you buy the shoe, you wear the shoe, and then you send it back to them, and then they like chew it up and make new shoes out of it. So there's efforts, I think. So I mean, I don't know if this is the full answer, how much this actually helps, but I like that they're thinking about it, and maybe it is really helpful. I'm not sure. Next, I got the Rabbit Champ White in men's. I love a good white singlet, but I end up going through them a lot because they always end up getting very dirty. Now, they don't get sweat stained, but they always get stained for me for whatever reason. Maybe it's just I'm really bad at laundry. But I got this, and I like this material because it's like the rabbits are kind of like see-through. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see, I'm holding it upside down. But the rabbits are like see-through, so it's very well ventilated. And it's got the racer back, which I appreciate, on the back. So nice. I think this is the one Seth races in a rabbit. I don't know if that's the same one that he races in, but pretty cool. Excited about that one. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Shannon's here. Says, hey, Co and Co. Awesome. Welcome. Good to see you again, Shannon. And yeah, Sean says that is a big part of my attraction to the Reebok Grow, like the Float Ride Grow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that, like, well, you know what's interesting is, like, for the Float Ride Grow, they were like, we're using this castor bean oil based product. It's sustainable. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then like a week later, I was watching a video where Connor from Running Warehouse went to Saucony's like labs. And they were like, yeah, this Power Run PB, it's a castor oil based material. And they didn't even mention that it was, maybe not all castor bean oil based midsole foams are sustainable, but it sounded like the same thing to me. So like, I think the endorphin speeds are partially sustainable. Maybe, I'm not sure. All right, here's where it starts getting colorful. Brian and Ali says, you said ventilated, like Cuomo said ventilators. Did I? I don't know. We're from kind of the same part of the country. So maybe. Recycle Wednesday says, I think getting less stuff will always have a bigger effect. But what company is going to promote that? For sure. I was listening to Seth Godin's podcast, and he was talking about like there's like those new commercials about recycling and how he's like recycling plastics is a scam. He's like, it's always going to be better to just not have plastics than to try and recycle them, but it makes you feel good about buying more plastics. You know, I think we're kind of talking about the same thing. All right, let's go. Chris Dyke said, if you have to pick one product for during workout, one for recovery, what are you going? Are you talking about drinks? For during workout, if I had to pick one, if I could only like have one product during workout, probably be gels. If I could only have one, I probably pick maybe Science and Sport, because they're good. I enjoy them year round. Goos and like Cliff Shots, I don't like them in the summertime when it's hot. So if you're talking about gels, yeah. And then for recovery, if I could only have one, I'll go with the Univet Elite drink mix. The recovery mix, it's so good. It's expensive, but it's so good. But if we're talking about a drink though, like a sports drink, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Gatorade Endurance because it's cheap. You can just have a lot of it. All right, let's get to this next one. This one is, I'm a little bit nervous about this color. This one is like a reddish orange, I think. Oh, but this material looks nice. It's ventilated, like Cuomo says ventilators. It's ventilated. You can see lots of holes in there. Feels very thin, very stretchy. I like it a lot. I think this is going to be really good when it's really hot out there. This is the Fiesta. This is the Welcome to the Gun Show perforated singlet in Fiesta. And it's called has said this S Cafe thing. Speaking of being more environmentally responsible, it says, drink it, wear it. Moisture retaining material with S Cafe patented technology lets your skin feel cool and comfortable. I think the other thing about it, I think they figured out like it's made out of like coffee grinds, I think. Doesn't say that on here. But yeah, it's like coffee grinds are somehow a part of this material, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll have to do some research. Once I do like my review of this stuff, I'll be a little bit more on top of it. But this one, the color frightens me a little bit, but it is striking. It looks nice, and I can't wait to wear that material. Now here's like the most Shamar says, Mike, forgive me for asking, but do you do a favorite gear of the year like Ginger Runner? You know, I haven't done a gear of the year like Ginger Runner, because I usually do like winter, spring, summer, fall, like essentials. And then at the end of the year, I do like my top 5 shoes, but maybe I'll do a gear of the year. Here's the thing. You know what? If I do that though, I think I might do, you know, like I'd like to do like gear of the year before, like once everything's out, maybe like in September is a good time to do it. That way I'm ahead of everybody, number one. And number two, like a lot of those things, to like peel a layer back, they're fun videos to make. They're a lot of work, but they're fun videos to make, and they usually get a ton of views. And if you have affiliate links, which I don't always love to have, but I usually like Amazon affiliate links, because then like there's a degree of separation between me and the manufacturer. But like if you do have affiliate links, those are generally like give you nice big pops in terms of affiliate revenue, which I use then to go buy more stuff, you know, like these. So like it's nice. Maybe I'll do one earlier in the year to do like a more gear of the summer. Yeah, but I usually do like a summer preview or like best of summer, you know. So like I think maybe I didn't do a summer running video yet, so like I was thinking that I wasn't going to do one this year, and instead do like, here's a couple of new things from Rabbit, here's a couple of new things from Craft. You know, that's kind of what I was thinking about doing. But maybe I do need to do a roundup. The problem is like if I do like a best of and I do a season, by the time I'm ready to do that one, the season's gone and people are already buying fall stuff. So it's like it's hard to get ahead of it. You really need to be like kind of plugged in to on the retail side of things, like not just as like someone who buys stuff off the internet. because you have to get it early, and then I have to go somewhere warm to test it, for summer kind of stuff. So it's like it makes it difficult, but maybe I could work that out. Maybe I could start building those relationships. Sean Murray says, "Hey, Innes, it's meal time on Blue's Clues today." That's funny. I like the new, not Blue, but the guy. The new guy is awesome. I like him. And Terry says, "Embrace the color. Colorful gear is faster. True story. Is it? I don't know. I've been in black and grays for a long time, and I guess white. I like white singlets, but yeah." Thomas Villa says, "Braid of the year." You know what gets I'm trying not to make light of the situation. It's just so hard not to make light of the situation. Number one, because of the situation is the way it's playing out with blaming the burrito is funny. I mean, even like CNN is like trying to get in on it. Like today, Anna Cabrera, who is a runner, she just recently had a half marathon PR of like 127 or something like that recently. Yeah, I want to say 127. She was like, U.S. Olympic track trial start today. And one notable athlete who's not going to be there is a long distance runner who has been banned because she ate a burrito, and she read it with like that kind of tone, which I was like, that's pretty funny. Because I'm sure she has to do that kind of like teaser like 4 or 5 times throughout the course of her segment or like her hour or whatever. So she probably has to be like a burrito every time. But this morning, as I'm like, after I didn't get the Primex, the Adidas Primex shoe, I was just on Twitter, and like the first thing that pops up is a something like a promoted tweet from Now This, which is like, usually I don't really like what's on Now This. It's always kind of like clickbaity, but it was like, watch this competitive eater take down a 2.5 pound burrito. And there was this tiny woman like with a East European sounding name. And she just like, it looked like it was in fast motion, but it was not in fast motion. She like started her phone and then just like ate an entire 2.5 pound burrito. And I was like, oh, there's like 15 burrito jokes in there. But I'm like, I try to remember like the pinned tweet that I have on Twitter is, today's a nice day to say something nice on the internet. So like, I was like, don't make a burrito joke. Don't make a burrito joke today. I'm like, but I'm pretty sure you can have 11 ounces of pig offal in a 2.5 pound burrito. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I felt like I was able to hold back. So I felt good about it. I've had a lot of good burritos, but none have stood out for me. And that's probably because I haven't been traveling very much. My neighborhood burrito joint closed down before the pandemic. It had been struggling for a while. And that place had great burritos and great chimichangas. I loved them there. It was called Janitio's, and named after Janicio. I'm not sure how to even say it, of Janicio, Mexico. That was my favorite place. But it's closed, and it's now like a pie/empanada shop, which I haven't been in there yet. So I don't have a burrito of the year so far. I don't know. Have you guys eaten any good burritos lately? I eat like Chipotle burritos. I eat like fast food burritos regularly. All like solid, but none of them have been like, oh, you know what, you gotta. None that are like, oh, dude, did I tell you I had a really good burrito there? None are like that, and I need that. I need that. Good question, Thomas. Now I'm gonna be thinking about good burritos. Chris says, who would you want to run with during your ultimate dream race / destination run? And who would you want to run with during your worst nightmare run? Pick your team. If it was a terrible run, it would probably be like at nighttime without headlamps, and I'd want my running buddy there, because we've been through some crazy adventures together, and somehow in times where we probably deserve to have gotten hurt somehow or lost or something, we've come out on top. So I'd probably pick my running buddy. He was an Eagle Scout as well, so like he like loves camping and outdoorsy stuff, and he knows how to do all that kind of thing. So like, everything that I'm afraid of the dark for, he can probably take care of. So I'd probably do that with him. But like if there was a dream race destination run, I don't know what the destination. I mean, probably Tokyo Marathon is like one of my destination dream races. So like if we're talking about complete fantasy, I would want to do like a destination, like dream race with Dave Chang, the chef. I don't think he can run a marathon. I'm not sure he's in shape. I'm sure he could if he wanted to, but as far as I know, he's not a runner. But I think that'd be cool because he lived in Japan for a while. And he knows a lot about food, and I'm sure he's got tons of really great stories about Japanese things that would make the race just a lot more interesting. I'm not saying that's like the best answer, but that's the first answer that pops into my mind. Did I guys tell you about the time my parents? Is my mom here? Did I guys tell you about the time my mom had dinner with Dave Chang and she was just like, "Who is this guy? He keeps talking about the crabs." But I told you guys my sister works for NBC Sports, and at the Olympics in Korea, my parents usually go and my parents will usually try and go to the Olympics. And then like they'll watch a couple of events, visit my sister, and then travel. But since it was also Korea, they were like, "No, we're definitely going to go." But it's a certain time of year where a certain kind of crab is available for eating, and it's very good. It's a delicacy. And my mom, of course, knew that. And my dad's always like, "Whatever, I'll eat it." He's just along for the ride. And my sister sends me this text, and it's a little video. And it's a video of Dave Chang giving an explanation to like my sister and a couple of NBC execs of like what I just told you. Like, this is like this certain kind of crab. It's found in these waters off the coast of blah, blah, blah. It's really good this time of year and only this time of year because something happens, migratory patterns or whatever. And he's like, "They're so delicious. We're so lucky to be having these." And then my sister pans the camera over and like my mom and dad are like not even like head up. They're just like not even listening to Dave Chang explain his food to them. And they're just chowing down on crabs. And so my sister sends me this video and she's like, she had invited me to come to Korea too with my parents to go on this trip. And she's like, "You could have been at this dinner." And I was like, how did I miss that? So, yeah. So running Tokyo Marathon with Dave Chang would be pretty amazing, I think. And also, like, it would be funny too, because if he were like struggling, I'd be like, "Dude, you're fine. You're fine. You're supposed to feel like that. Only 15 more miles to go." I would kind of make it try to be encouraging, but give him a hard time at the same time. I think that'd be fun. All right. Sorry, that was a long. Oh, my mom is here. Hi, Mom. Do you remember that? Do you remember the time you met Dave Chang? I don't know if I don't know if she remembers it because I don't think it was like it didn't register for her. Rob Shooter says, going back to burrito, says a California burrito has carne asada, pico de gallo, French fries, cheese, and you can either put sour cream or guacamole to like pimp it out. That sounds pretty nice. I can go with that. I mean, because I do like potatoes in my burritos. I think that's a nice filling. Usually they're like kind of like hash. Not hash browns, but like like diced, so that's good. Frank says Upton's Naturals chorizo seitan is a good on a burrito. Is it? I'm generally not a big fan of like food pretending to be other foods, but I will eat like Impossible burgers. They're convenient, they're tasty, and like especially like at summertime when like everyone's just grilling out, it's just easier sometimes. And we usually keep we buy a pack like the pre-pattied like frozen ones, so that way when we go up on the roof, there's grills up there in the common area, so we could just bring like a couple patties for me and my wife, one for like the kids, or so it's easy. And like the kids have regular burgers, so it's just easy from that I don't have to buy like a couple of pounds of meat, couple of pounds of like fake meat, and then patty them. It's just easy. So sometimes I do that. And then I just recently had a like a fake sausage that we cooked up, and then I put it into a pasta. It actually wasn't bad. So maybe I just haven't been eating meat long enough that I'm like, "Oh, this is good." So, but I don't know. Maybe it's getting. I like to think that the product's getting better. All right. Let's see. Rob Shooter says, "Oh, he's talking about this California burrito. It was introduced in the United States in Victorville, California, back in the 80s. Nice. All right. Martha says, Boston sent a 1-question survey to all entrants, at least one for me. Are you or will you be fully vaccinated by race day? They assured people they won't be excluded if they're not, but they're trying to plan on how to handle the event. Maybe the expo or other side events are separating vaccinated from non-vaccinated. That is curious. That's interesting. I found my vaccination card yesterday. For a while, for like 2 weeks, I didn't know where it was. And I was like, oh boy. I'm probably going to need that soon. Do you think I'll need that? I don't need that to fly, do I? Do I need anything to fly anymore other than a mask? I don't have to have like a negative test or anything, do I? I got to figure that out. Because I am going to fly soon. Tanner says, hey, Ko, slightly worried about your lake swimming. Can you go pool swimming? I'm also worried about my lake swimming. We're trying to figure out our summer plans. How much time are we going to be here? How much we're going to be in Iowa? We're thinking about getting pool like memberships at the town pool in Dyersville. Every day they have adult like lap swim in the morning. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do that. So like that's, yeah, like it was, yeah, I need to be more careful for sure. Sean Marshall says his dream car ride would be, speaking of Tokyo, a dream car ride would be with Paul Walker in Tokyo. That would be pretty amazing, right? That would be pretty amazing. All right. Let's go to this last one. Last piece. This is the most colorful. This is probably, you know why I got these? They remind me of the uniform shorts that we had in cross country in high school. Our colors were green and yellow like the Packers, but we were the what were we? Lions, I think. But our jersey just said like North Hunterdon. That was the school. And then it had like the foot with wings, just like super old school. I love it. And then we had yellow split shorts. So I like this kind of reminded me of that. So I got yellow shorts. I mean, these aren't just yellow split shorts. There's color to them. But what's the length on these? These are the Thigh Time 3-inch in lemon tonic. So the 3-inch short, which I have the 2-inch shorts. I prefer 3. 5-inch shorts are probably my favorite. This pocket is not that big. Well, maybe it's about the same. Let me see. I do have my phone with me. Let me see if I can fit my phone in here. All right. iPhone 11 Pro fits in this pocket just fine. And then no side pockets. So like that other 5-inch short had little pockets like where this colored portion is. This one does not have pockets there. It's not that I think. Nope. Because they're 3-inch shorts. So I don't think that there's a key pocket in the waistband either. So you're going to have to, that pocket in the back. Oh, there is a key pocket over here. Maybe there's one on the other pants too. Little key pocket. But yeah, this back pocket's got a surprising amount of room. So that's the last one for today. Bright yellow shorts. These are very bright yellow. I'm not sure about these. I think I'll like them fine. But I mean, I like color fine. It's just whenever I have colored pants, especially, it just always look like I peed in them once I start sweating. That's the thing. So, yeah. Martha says, having traveled last month, a Vax card wasn't required, but I'd carry at least a photo of it in the phone. That's a good idea. That's what I'll do. By the way, cut your hair, says my running life. I am going to get a haircut soon. I think after my next trip, I'll probably cut it. This weekend, we're going to, my nephews have graduated from high school. Not Sam in the chat, but my real nephew. And not that Sam's not my real nephew, but my nephew is graduating from high school. He graduated 2 weeks ago, but his graduation party is this weekend. So I did shave for the occasion. I did ask permission from my wife if this was okay to have this facial hair. She said it was all right. But I think I'm going to put my hair up. So I'm going to go with formal hair. But then it's just getting hot, so this hair's got to go soon. So it's gonna, yeah, I just can't. I can't keep up with it. It's too hot. And Sherry says, make extra copies of the short card and keep a picture on your phone. You never know. Yeah, who knows? Frank says the town pool has memberships. Oh, I mean, membership's not the right word. Maybe like pass. So there's like a summer pass. So there's like, it's like $4 to get in per person or something like maybe $5 for the day. And then if you want to have a season pass, it's like $160 asterisk. The asterisk is if you have more than 6 people in your family, it's like an extra so much per person. which in Chicago, that's like, who has more than 6 people in their family? But back in Dyersville, there's much bigger families back there. And so it comes up quite a bit. But yeah. So I think I could still do it even though I'm not town, because there's like in-town pricing and then there's like out of town, like non-resident pricing. So I think that's the resident price that I quoted you. Pretty cheap. So yeah. So I'm thinking about doing that. Then I could just be a regular, but I don't know how wide the pool is there. I think it's a short pool. But I mean, that might be better for me and my self-confidence anyway. And then yeah, but it at least has like, there's lane markers and stuff, you know, so maybe that'll help me look at the bottom of the pool and keep my eyes and all that kind of stuff that I'm trying to do. All right. Pete Ivanovici says, Peter from Brazil, tell me hello. What's going on, Peter? How are you? Hopefully you guys are doing well down there. Adam Fear says, get a mullet like Engels. You see, like, well, I feel like if I got a mullet, it would look more like Billy Yang's mohawk. See, like, so that's another haircut that I want to have. So I've got the mustache. I feel like it's like, you know, everyone's beat me. There's no haircut that I can get with long hair right now that some other runner hasn't already beat me to. Not that means that means I can't get it, but, you know, I just feel like what can I do now that wouldn't be already taken? You know, as much as I like this mustache because it's goofy, you know, Craig Engels, who every time I say his name, I want to say Kurt Angle, the wrestling superstar, that guy. I want to say I have to think about it for a second, make sure I say the right name. But Craig Engels, he's got a fantastic mustache and the mullet, and I just feel like let's say like an Asian mullet. And when's the last time you saw one of those? Probably been a while. But like Billy Yang used to have like a mohawk for a while, and his got long in the, not long, but like his went pretty far down in the back. So like, you know, he got me beat. So yeah. Sue says, but Billy doesn't have the stash. That's true. That's true. I don't know. My running live wants to know if I'm going to run in Berlin on September 26th this year. No, I won't be. I'll be doing the Chicago Triathlon that weekend, though. Is the 26th the right date? Oh, September 26th. Oh, September. No. I think September 26th might be the date. Is that the day of the Chicago half? It's really close to Chicago, so I wouldn't be running a marathon that close to Chicago. That's the main reason. But my running buddy and I have discussed that we do want to run Berlin, and I think if you run in a group, you can. They're like the odds are a little bit different, you know. And like I wouldn't want to. I think it's great the way they do that at Berlin, because I wouldn't want to run Berlin like without them. You know, like if we both applied and like only one of us got it, you know, that'd be kind of annoying. So we're probably next year going to apply as a group, and then we're like, dude, we got to figure out a way to stick around afterwards, because I think it's pretty close to Oktoberfest once the marathon's done. So that's kind of like what I would love to be able to do, but it's not going to be this year. Logan Bishop has a running question, says, how would you compare the rocker, the Mach 4 versus endorphin shift? Love the rocker in the shift, but it's too heavy for me, like too much rocker. I don't feel a lot of the rocker in the Mach 4. Like the Mach 4 does not feel like a Hoka to me. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You know, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the rocker like in. You feel it in the Clifton. You feel it in the Bondi. You feel it in the Rincon. But I don't feel it in the Mach 4. It's maybe it's there or not. But like whenever I talk about the Mach 4 in a video, I always have to look it up. Be like, does it say rocker in this product description online? You know, so I got to check. Ben Chama Porn Strobel says, can running shoes be worn for walking? They can. But like some running shoes are very snug in the toe box, especially if they're designed more for speed. Then they're it's kind of like you could take a Ferrari to go get groceries, but like, do you want to, you know, like driving around in a grocery store parking lot, you can do it, but for some, that's an extreme example, but like for some shoes, like you don't really want to. Now, some shoes, like a lot of Hokas come this way, and a lot of there's a lot of New Balances that are this way too, where they'll make the running shoe in like a regular running shoe version, but then they'll make another version, like the Bondi, for example. There's a Bondi leather, in case you're working in a place that requires a leather shoe. for like a work uniform, for example. And there are also, I don't know if it's new for this year or if it's, I think it's already out. There's a Bondi SR slip resistant. So like if you are working in like a restaurant, for example, and you need to have a shoe that has, slip resistance or a little bit more grip on the outsole, then they have that too. So they've taken their running shoe and converted it in a way that can be used for like more walking and being on your feet purposes. But like generally, yes, but certain extreme examples, you might not want to. Rob says, I braid my hair for runs like a Viking. Oh, I don't think I could do that. I don't think it would work for me. I think it would just look like, yeah, it would look like those weird, like those caricatures when they're making fun of Chinese people in like the, San Francisco Railroad times. I think it just looks like that. So there's not a lot I can do here. All right. Logan Bishop says Clifton series is great for walking, in my opinion. I would say that, yes. The Clifton, I think, is good for walking. It just strikes a good balance between like a lot of cushion but not being very heavy. The Bondi, I feel like it tends to be a little bit on the heavy side. Yeah, you could definitely, and it's not that tight in the forefoot. Although this year I feel like it's a little bit tighter. Yeah, Logan Bishop says, is Geno's East really the best deep dish in Chicago? Yeah. I eat I don't really eat deep dish. I don't know. I grew up on the East Coast, so I feel like the best pizza is the pizza you grew up eating. So I like New York style pizza. But so there's two kinds of deep dish in my mind. There's a kind that you take tourists to go eat, like when people visit. And there's sometimes where like if you're gonna actually eat deep dish, all right, I'm not gonna eat that touristy one. I'm gonna eat this one. So the one that we actually eat is Lou Malnati's. It's not quite as like comically big, but you're definitely getting that like I'm basically eating like a fancy mozzarella stick kind of feel to it. The kind that we take tourists to go eat is usually Giordano's. So I don't really eat Geno's East. I'm not sure if one is more original than the other or not, but Giordano's is what we usually take people to eat. Logan Bishop says, with the hair, you can go Lucy Charles battle braids. It'd be funny if I like show up to a triathlon one day and like Lucy Charles and I have got the same haircut. Five Button says, bro, I wish you didn't feel self-conscious about the hairdo. Your hair is awesome. Well, thank you. I do feel I usually don't feel self-conscious about stuff, but like for some reason, like I don't know, maybe it's because this year I'm spending a lot of time like looking at my own forehead doing like the podcast or whatever. I don't know, but yeah. So I mean, there's times where I really like it. There's other times where I'm like, am I too old for this? I think I'm too old for this. It's kind of like when you see movies and I don't know which one's Cheech and which one's Chong, but then, like the one that has the long hair, you're like, dude, like, I don't know. It might be time for a haircut. I don't know. So like, I feel like sometimes I feel like that too. All right, Remy, be real. That's what Remy says. He's making some waves on the swim front. Still really difficult, but coming along. Awesome. That's cool. I was thinking about you today because I was looking at some wetsuits before the live stream today. And I was thinking like, all right, maybe I got to do this wetsuit thing. Yeah, those Roka ones that the pro athletes have are pretty expensive, guys. I don't know if you knew that. I know you guys probably assumed that, figured it out, but I didn't really know. But it's expensive. There's some other ones that are out there that are interesting. So we'll see. I don't know. I kind of just want to try and get away with just doing like the wetsuit shorts. They make those like wetsuit capri pants. But I have a feeling I'm going to need to get like a full-on wetsuit. But we'll see. Adam Fear says Tommy Chong is the long hair and a perpetual stoner. Yeah. See, I feel like. Yeah. Chris Tech says second that. Embrace the hair. And Vincent said keep the hair. Oh well. Okay. We'll see. Logan says Zone 3 has some decent price ones that go on sale every now and then. Okay. I'm learning all the brand. I only know like if you were to ask me to name one, I'd be like Roka, and then I don't know. Hurley. Does Hurley still exist? I think they make them. That'd be it. Mohammed Khalaf says, within 116 degree Fahrenheit weather and running 5K street daily, I need your advice on shoes I need to buy. That's a lot. That's hot. I mean, that's hot temperature, hot enough to kind of melt the rubber outsole. So I would say that you probably do want one with a little bit more rubber on the outsole, but shoes that are like that tend to be also a little bit more hot too. So for me, if I would probably want one that's just very breathable up top. So I'm trying to think which ones are the most ventilated shoes that I run in lately. I'm trying to think. All the really transparent shoes are the super shoes, which I think if you're running 116 degree Fahrenheit weather every day on them, you're going to burn through those real quick. Burn, no pun intended. But so I'm trying to think, what is the most breathable shoes that are out there? I like knit materials quite a bit. So knit uppers are good. Let's see. I feel like the 1080 version 11 upper is really nice. I do really enjoy that one. I'm trying to think of what else I have in the rotation right now that would be good for breathability. What do you guys got? Martha says, how about continental rubber for Mohammed Khalaf in such heat? I think so. I would go for it. I mean, I would normally say a Boston 9. The Boston 10, I think, is going to be relatively breathable, but there's a lot of overlays and stuff on it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. Because I was thinking SL20s could be a good choice too. Those are pretty breathable. But I'm trying to think. The Puma, I ran in the Puma Liberate yesterday. Those are very breathable shoes. Those are very nice, and they've got Puma grip on the outsole, so that could be. I would look at the Puma Liberate. There you go. All right, let's do one more, and then I gotta get going today. We gotta pack up and get out of here. All right, where is the? I saw one that I wanted to get to. Adam Fear says, repeat. Sorry, I missed this question. I didn't see it earlier. Did you see Alio in the eating disorder treatment? Still running trials, I think. I did see her video. It was hard to watch because it was very raw. I've never seen anything like that before. I mean, I've seen stuff like on A&E, like on TV when they're talking about people that need help. But yeah, it was interesting to see like a high performing person go like experiencing it, and I didn't know she was still running the trials. I thought she was still in treatment, but she's not admitted. It's not inpatient, right? So I suppose it's okay for her to do that, but yeah. I mean, it's hard. That's hard. I think it's great that she's allowing people to kind of see what she's going through. I mean, it's going to make her very vulnerable. Yeah, I mean, if I were her, I would just turn off the comments on all those videos for a little while. But I don't know. I really feel for her. Yeah, Affluent Journey says the Adazero Pro is really breathable. It is. That's one of the shoes, and I think of like what are the most transparent shoes? Anything with the Cellar mesh from Adidas, but like those are also usually like racing shoes and a little bit more expensive. So. Here's the last one I wanted to see. Mike Howe says, Kofuzi, do you have any plans to update your little social media icon, which doesn't look like you anymore? Well, I guess it doesn't have long hair, right? And that's also like a self-portrait I made from when I was a little bit heavier. So it does look a little bit different from me now. So I suppose I should update it. I got an offer. I get messages like this all the time. From people that are like, hey, I'd love to do some graphics for you, and I would of course pay them, but like people are like, I'd love to be able to work with you, and I always turn it down. Maybe I need some help because I could do another self-portrait, but it just takes so long, and I have to reteach myself Illustrator to do it, and I actually don't have a subscription to Illustrator anymore now that I don't work, so that'd be tougher. So we'll have to see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll reach out to someone and have someone else do it for me. We'll see about that. All right. I got to get going, But I had I mean, you know, I said we were going to probably cut it short today, but I was just having so much fun talking to you guys. We're going to have to leave it there. Next live stream will be Monday, so I won't see you guys over the weekend, but I'll have a lot of fun adventures going on this weekend, so stay tuned for videos coming up next week. We'll be start talking about that. Monday's video, or tomorrow's video, for example, I'm going to be doing a review of some Crocs, but they're not what you think. So that's coming up tomorrow. I think no, that's not coming up tomorrow. That Crocs video is coming up Sunday or Monday. I'm working on it today. That's why it's on my mind. Tomorrow's video is something else. Track day. I went up to the track, getting ready for the steeple as well. So I'm kind of training for a steeple and a triathlon at the same time. So that's what tomorrow's video is. But I'll be gone for most of the weekend, or the entire weekend. And then I'll be back Monday. That's when I'll see you guys again. Same time as today, 1 p.m. Central Time. In the meantime, have a safe and fun weekend, everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.